I recently doubled my Amazon affiliate income and I'm trying to do it again, which is why we are trying out Gizzmo, the WordPress plugin and Chrome extension that helps you 10x your affiliate earnings. That's their claim, and I'm hoping it's true because I want to increase my Amazon affiliate income this year. So today in this video, I'm going to show you how to install Gizzmo's WordPress plugin, use their Chrome extension, and create affiliate articles in minutes that will help you boost that affiliate income on your site. So this does work with a WordPress site. So if you don't have that, you'll want to go ahead and create your own WordPress site. There's videos on how to do that. And in this video, we're going to go over just the Gizzmo app and how you can use AI to power up your affiliate income and earn a lot more, because this app is a little bit different than others I've seen and it's really quite powerful. So let's get started. So you can check it out at gizmo.ai. That's their site. You can check out the pricing. There are a couple options on their pricing. They have a pretty simple, straightforward plan. So there are multiple options. There is a free version, but you can only use it on one website and only do a light product review. So it's really just a tester option. To get started, you'll want to either use the starter plan, builder, or professional. I personally will probably be using professional in this tutorial and on my own sites because I do have multiple sites and I'm really trying to grow my income with my affiliate earnings, but also because of all the different options. If you want access to deals to promote content that is deal based, then you'll definitely want to have the professional plan. Otherwise, you can go ahead with the builder plan. That's probably the best option because it does have the roundup, the listicle, the comparison, all of the things that you need. You'll really want to either do the starter or the builder plan based on where you are, just because it does have that creation priority and thematic concept. And that's really what sets Gizzmo apart, because instead of just AI generated content, they write the articles based on verified user feedback. You'll see what that means when we get started, but I highly recommend you try one of these. If you do yearly, you can get a discount of 20% off. So to get started, you can either go to the Gizzmo AI Wordpress plugin site and then click download. It will download and then you can upload in your plugins. Or if you go to your plugins on your website, you can search by going to add new plugin, which will take you to the WordPress plugins page where you can search for what you want, which is Gizzmo. When you type that in and search for it, you'll find it here. You can see the reviews are not good. This is from a lot of old reviews, so don't just ignore that and click install now. It is compatible with the most updated version of WordPress because they just updated the app, and I'm very excited to get started. So once you have it installed on your site, you will click activate to get started. Once you have it activated, you'll have to enter your full name, your email, and create a password to sign up for Gizzmo to get started. So I'm going to enter my info here and then we will get started. Once you've entered all that information, click sign up, and then you'll be in the Gizzmo backend of the app. So you'll have the option to kind of see the different things that you can create. So there's product reviews, product roundups, which you will need to upgrade to do. There's product comparisons, listicles, deals, and other options. To do that, you'll have to upgrade. So that is something that I'm going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and click upgrade, which will take me to the Gizzmo site where you have to enter that email and password you just created to log in. Enter your email and password, click sign in. So it will take you to the area where you create your account details. So you're going to want to create your account name, and then you will also enter your domain. So you can go back and click that, copy that over. This is something you can change later. So if you have a mistake or anything, don't worry too much about it. Then you have to agree to the terms and conditions and the privacy policy. And then you can also decide if you want product updates and offers from Gizzmo or not. Then click get started. This will take you to where you choose your plan. So you can pick whichever plan you've decided on. If you only have one website that you're going to be working on, you can have 10 articles a month. So that's one option. If you want to do a little bit more, you can go to the builder plan and you don't get the deals option, but you can have 40 articles per month and up to 3 websites, which is really fantastic. Or if you're a professional, you can go with that. I'm actually going to go with the professional plan since I am trying to create content on a professional level. So I will be signing up for this. So you enter your email, your zip code, your country. It shows you the plan over here, and then you click continue. Then you'll enter your payment information and click subscribe now. You can pay with either PayPal or a card. So either way, you have that option. I'm going to just go ahead with PayPal and do that for my own site. So once it's successfully connected, the transaction will give you a little green check sign, and then you're ready to go. It will email you the details, and once you're done, it will take you back to the screen where you can have a little bit more information about how to use it and the plan that you're on. So you can see how many articles you get on the monthly plan, how many websites you get, and then it has all of your information here. So once we go back to our website, we'll be able to see that we have upgraded when we refresh. After you've installed Gizzmo on your site, you'll be in your backend, but you'll need to also install the Chrome extension. So to do that, you'll click Add Gizmo's Chrome extension, or you can go to their website and do it, or you can go to Chrome and search Gizzmo.ai in the search box. Either way, you'll get to their page and click Add to Chrome. So you want to click Add Extension, and then it will say it's added to Chrome, and now you're able to use it on Amazon. So I'm going to go back to my site, and then I'm also going to use the Chrome extension. So I'm going to go straight to Amazon and search for the products that I want to include, which are actually these books about money that I recently decided I was going to make a post about. So I'm going to find the books that I want to include, and then we'll get started. You'll see that once you're on an Amazon product page, your Gizzmo Chrome extension is going to pop up. And if you're not signed in, you'll need to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and sign into my account and get started here. You'll use the same email and password that you used elsewhere, and then you will click connect to sign in. And now it's really easy to use the Chrome extension because all you have to do is click the little purple plus sign, and it says please don't close or switch tabs until it's complete. So it does take a few seconds here. This process is not the fastest. It's probably 5 to 6 seconds, a little bit longer depending on kind of what it is doing, but it's scraping all of the information on this page. It is basically pulling in all of the description, the photos, all of the information that you need to do reviews, comparisons, and every type of content that Gizzmo can create. To add multiple products, you would just do the same thing. You would go to the next page, click the little purple plus sign, and then don't close or switch until it's done. It does take a few seconds, so you have to wait until this says it's complete. So this is probably the slowest process on the app that I found so far. It does take a couple seconds, so you'll kind of just be waiting around for it to pull it in, but it is a lot faster than if you were doing it yourself manually. So that is one of the things that is great about Gizzmo, is that it can't completely replace you and your process and thoughts and writing, but it can really streamline the process. So it pulls in all of this automatically, and you can do multiple products. You just pull them in, like every time you press the little plus sign, it's pulling it into the app, and then it uses automation to do that and to optimize your post for technical SEO, embedding your actual links to monetize, and basically making it so much easier and faster for you to create more content. So when we hop back over to our site, we have the Gizzmo backend, and we can see now under your products, all of those things that we just pulled in. So regardless if they're books or products, basically whatever you pulled in will be over here under your products. If you click on latest public products, you'll see all the products that other people have brought in themselves. So you can click through and kind of see what people are bringing in. You can see that there's maybe lots of coffee products. So maybe someone's working on coffee reviews or a coffee site. You can kind of get an idea of what people are working on by looking at the latest public products brought into Gizzmo, which is really interesting. And then premium affiliates, that's coming soon. That is not something they currently have up. So now we're going to get started on how to do a product review. Those Amazon products that I clicked the little plus sign on with the Chrome extension are now showing up in your products. You can also choose from latest public products, which are all of the other products that people have imported into Gizzmo on their own site. So you can see some people are doing some camera reviews perhaps, and some outdoor security cameras. So you can kind of see all the different things that people are working on. But for your products that you've selected that you want to do, this is going to be under your products. It gives you a lot of manual control, which is really nice. You can select which products you want to use and make the review that you want. So you can select up to one for a product review. So we're going to go ahead and select the psychology of money. Just go ahead and select that. So this is going to be the review that we're doing for our site. So you can enter a SEO key phrase up to 6 words maximum. If you don't really know what to do here, I highly recommend you use key search. This is what I use. So I basically will type in whatever I am working on and kind of see what people are searching for, what keywords are maybe something I want to use, the volume and the difficulty, and kind of just use that. So we'll just grab this one for this review and we'll enter it into the SEO key phrase. And then down here is choose your content theme. This is where I think personally Gizzmo AI really does the best that it possibly can compared to some of the other options out there, because for the content theme, you can basically choose a general theme that's just features, benefits of the product, or you can really get into something a little more tailored to your audience, because Gizzmo does not just create AI generated content that's kind of based off nothing. They go ahead and create articles based on verified user feedback, which is basically starting with the raw user provided text and the information from the product, but then they build the article around a specific data set, and it's just more unique and really authentic content, and it gives you something that is more of a theme rather than just a strict here's the features, benefits of the product. And for like a book review like I am doing, it's really helpful. So you can go through and find the one that you want. We're going to select this for the example, and then you click next, and then you fill out the additional content settings. If you have the upgraded plan, you'll have all of these available to you, and they will be automatically checked off. So if you want to remove any, you would just click it and then uncheck it. But these are all great features. So they will embed the product image in the content. They will generate internal links, which is really helpful to connect to existing posts on your site. They create a little FAQ section. If you don't want that on a review, you could remove that. They also have a pros and cons section, which is really helpful, and then a conclusion section. So it really just depends on what type of review you want, but you can keep them all checked if you want to, and then click next. And then the really great part about Gizzmo AI is that they create the Amazon affiliate tags in your links already. It saves you so much time and effort from having to go and actually like find the link, add in your affiliate tag. So basically here you will click add affiliate tag, and then you're going to want to add your affiliate tag. That is the tracking ID with the -20 at the end of it. That is what you need. So you're going to search for that in Amazon. And then once you have found it, you are going to enter it in. So I found my affiliate tag, and then I'm just going to paste it in. As you can see, it is the tag and then the -20. You definitely need all of that. Then click add, and then basically Gizzmo is going to put it all in for you, which is great. The next settings are for monetization. I currently, on the current plan I'm using, I don't have the Amazon call to action button. It does say upgrade to unlock. So if you're on a certain plan and you see this, you'll realize that you need to go up to the next plan to get it. So you can always click on that and then go to the plans and then upgrade, or if you don't need it, you can just carry on. So you can also create a related products carousel, and you can use the automated key phrase detection and hyperlinking, which is really useful as well. So click next on that. In this next section, they do featured images basically from the product page on Amazon, or you can click AI generate and it will create a generated image of whatever SEO key phrase you used. So for a book, it might not work out that well. We will see. Actually, that's kind of hilarious. So we could use that. We could use the one that's already included. And then when we're happy with what we've selected, we can click next. The final step is selecting your language. So we are going to have English, but there's a lot of options, and then we click save as draft. Once you click save as draft, you want to make sure that you are waiting until it creates the draft, so you can, once you have it here, review it once it's done. As you can see, there is a little spinning wheel as it works, so the progress isn't necessarily instantaneous, but it's pretty quickly. You can do this within a minute or two, so it's pretty quick. And once it's done, we'll hop over to see where the post is and what it looks like. Okay, so once the wheel is done, you can click save as draft and it will save the post for you. This is very important. So you don't want to leave this little page until you're able to do that, and make sure that it's saved so that you're not losing the work that you've already started. So this is what it looks like when you're done. So this is in the Gizzmo AI section. You can also go to posts in your WordPress site and go to drafts, or it will just show up as the first one at the top. So there's definitely a couple options for for where to access your posts. So you can go to Gizzmo AI and go to Gizzmo Posts, and it will just live there in the archive. So you go to Post Archive and they will all be there, and then you can access it as well from Post. So either way, you can do that. So you can go to Edit Post. So personally, I would always go through and kind of edit it and see what it looks like, kind of review what it sounds like, see if the pictures are too big or if they make sense. Maybe you want them to be a little smaller, so you're changing things around from what was created. You want to check the links, make sure that they look right, so they have your tag in them. You can make sure that that is working. So you just want to give it a little look to make sure everything looks right. I can see all the different like breakouts of the concepts, which is really nice. And then down here, it has more of the products that people might click through and buy based on this post. It has pros, cons, and conclusion, and then it does have a FAQ at the bottom. It also has a buy button, which is helpful. So I'm happy with how it looks. So I'm gonna go ahead and publish this post. I'm gonna go ahead and publish it, and then we'll look at what it looks like on our site and see if we're happy with it as well. So we can click View Post and go ahead over to our site, and this is what it looks like on my site. My site is all about personal finance and my lessons and things I've learned about money over time. So this is a great addition. I actually really love this book. So I'm really happy to have this on my site. And then we can see it has all the tags that were created. It has the category personal finance, has the buy button. It has a photo from the product. It looks good. We can edit this and make it personal or add stories, things like that. But that is how Gizzmo works. That's how you create a post. That is how you create a product review. So let's go through the other options of things that you can create really quickly so you can kind of see how those work and how you can increase your Amazon affiliate commissions, because roundups and comparisons and listicles are really helpful content that does well on especially social sites, on places like Pinterest, where you can promote your content and get a lot of eyes on that content that will eventually lead to commissions. So for a product roundup, you click the product roundup and then you add the products to your little post. So that's step one. You add 3 minimum and 50 maximum. So you can have a ton of products here if you need to. If you're doing something with every bestseller in a category, maybe you need 50. I'm going to go with the 3 since I have 3 imported into my Gizzmo area, and then I'm going to click next. So again, you can enter a SEO key phrase, but you also don't have to. You can click next and just skip that section if you're not doing this for SEO. If you're doing it to share on social media, you might want a title that's more focused on social, and you want an article and title that's less focused on SEO. So you might skip that. It's not important. So next you go to additional content settings, and it will basically have generating top page products list. So they basically are going to create a clickable list, then the pros and cons for each product, and the product star ratings and reviews, which they pulled from Amazon. So you can see here the 4.5 stars and the 2,409 ratings. So basically they will use that info that they scraped from the Amazon product listing in your post, which is always really helpful because people like the social proof of whether something is good or not. So click next. So in the next step, it is all about monetization and affiliate tags. So basically you can delete your previous tag, or if you just have one tag for your site, leave it there. So you can delete and add a new one. It will ask you if you want to delete it. If you don't have more than one and you are just doing everything on the site under one tag, that's perfectly fine. You don't have to do anything here, which is great. So you can decide if you want to do these as well and then click next. There will be the featured image option, or you can generate an AI image. It will ask you in this little box to put something in there to generate. So I'm going to do a financial book comparison for this post and then AI generate and see what comes up. So let's go ahead and use this one. So these are the AI images that were created. I would warn you that this part's a little slow. It felt like it took forever for these to finish. It was only a few seconds. It was maybe 15 to 30 seconds, but in internet time, that feels like forever. So it did take a little bit longer than I personally was expecting. But they are something you can use in your post, and they're new content, which is nice. So you can click next on that if you want to use those. So the final step is to finish up with the language, and it is English by default. So you can just leave it on that if you're using English. And then you again click on save as draft to create the post with Gizzmo and have it saved in your post archives. So it does take a little bit of time. Of course, everything with Gizzmo takes a few seconds. So you have to kind of wait until the AI has generated your roundup, and then it will have the little circle, and then once you're ready, it will have save as draft. So we'll give it a couple seconds and then we'll move on to the next step. So once it's in progress, you do see the circle, so it's taking its time, but it's working. And then this is so much faster than you could do as a human. I promise. I have written roundup posts before for products and it takes so long. So we can go ahead and click save as draft once it's done. That was pretty quick, and we will move on to see what it looks like. One thing I like about the post archives under the Gizzmo AI area is that it does tell you what kind of post it is. So you can see our first one was a review, and then we have a roundup. So that's kind of nice because you can see how many of a certain type of post you've created. So maybe you are looking at all of your posts you've created and they're all roundups. Maybe you need to do something different. So that is just kind of a nice quick way to kind of have a visual of what you've been creating. So let's go ahead and edit the post so that we can get it published on our site and see what it looks like. Okay, we can go ahead and see what it looks like in draft. It's not the best because it has put it under classic, so it kind of looks a little iffy to me, but let's go ahead and see what it actually looks like when we are looking at it on the desktop where people are going to really see it. Sometimes in the editing post in WordPress, it might not look the best, but then once we go to our site, that actually looks great. I think it looks awesome to have all of them listed at the top. It has the star ratings and reviews. Some of them have so many reviews. And then of course the buy on Amazon link. So if you click on the link, you go straight to Amazon, you have your affiliate tag. So this actually looks great. So I love how this looks, and you can kind of scroll through and see what everything looks like. So it is really just a basic comparison of the books, a nice little roundup of the top personal finance books to read. So that is a really great option. So if we're happy with that, we could go ahead and hit publish, and then that's going to go live on our site. And then of course, once we have it published, we want to double check it, double check everything. That's always the case with WordPress and everything. I always recommend you double check things, but that looks really good. I think I'm happy with it. We're going to leave that live on the site. So I'm really happy with how it creates a roundup. And next we're going to do a comparison. So let's do a comparison. To do that, you click on product comparison, of course. And then on this one, let's go ahead and do latest public products and see what people are importing and maybe use some of their products. So I'm going to go ahead and do a smartwatch for women and do 2 of these little cheap smartwatches because I use an Apple Watch every day. It's on my hand, but a $23, $29 one sounds amazing to me as a frugal person. So let's just use these products that someone else has used as well and click next. So you do add 2 products, and then once you are on this step 2, you have to click get comparable features, and it's going to pull that from the Amazon information. Because you don't have these in your products, it's going to have to pull already from Amazon. So it does take a few seconds, like if you were using your Chrome extension and picking the products yourself. The cool thing about this, when you're doing a comparison, you can look through all of these and see if there's anything that you don't want to include. So maybe you don't necessarily care too much about the emergency features, so you click the little eye and that hides it. There are a lot of options to also move it around. So maybe you care about how heavy it is, so you want it to be comfortable, so you want to put that up around some of the other features. You can just drag and drop using the little 2 lines on the right hand side. So that's really nice. And then once you're happy with that, you click next. So maybe for the keyword phrase, we're doing affordable smartwatches for women. That is probably a really competitive phrase, but we're just picking it off the top of our head for this example. You would want to do some research on that for sure, but we can go ahead and look through the different ways we can tailor this content to a concept. So we could do smartwatches for productivity and organization, outdoor enthusiasts. There's lots of different options here. So let's go ahead and pick the ones for productivity and organization because that's what I use mine for. So click next on this. And on step 4, for a comparison post, you're going to want to embed the product images in the content. I highly recommend that. I'm also going to select generate internal links because that's always helpful. And then a FAQ section. I think I'm going to remove that one for here. And then a conclusion that kind of compares the 2 and gives a final assessment. Sounds good. So click next. And then again, we have our Amazon affiliate tag. We can change it if we need to, or just leave it there. You can do a related products carousel, which might be helpful if you're doing product comparisons and you want to introduce more products to it. Or if you want to just focus on the two you have, go ahead and remove that. And if you're happy with that, click next. So it will have the featured image here. You can click select featured image and you can choose from the ones that pulled from the post. So maybe you want to do this watch over the other one, so you could select that. Basically, you can just click the purple select featured image and select whichever one you think is the best one for your featured image, and then it will pull and use the others as needed, and then click next when you're happy with the one you selected. And of course, the final step is making sure the language is correct. It's English by default, and then click save as draft. It does take a few seconds, as they all do, so when it says in progress, it's going to be working on creating the post just for you, saving you a ton of time from doing it manually, but using the specific things that you've selected. So it's really nice to save you a ton of time using this app. I think it is a great plugin if you have a WordPress site. It's going to save you so much time, and it really should increase the amount that you're earning, because the more content you have out there, specifically with the tailored products that you've selected and the themes that you're going for, you're going to do so well with this. Okay, and now that it's ready, we're going to click save as draft. So it's going to go from posts right here over to post archives in our Gizzmo post area, or again, posts where we can edit our drafts. So we got lots of options here. So again, we can edit the post if we want to, and we can also click over here on the title, and that will take you to what it looks like immediately on your site. So this is a preview for this one. If you wanted to click the others, it would take you to the actual post. So you can see that the link is different. This is the full URL. This one is still a draft, so it is going to be a little bit different, but it shows you exactly what it's going to look like on your site. So you can see here kind of the pros and cons, the comparison, and then kind of how it pulls the photos into the site. So if you want to go through and edit what it looks like, maybe change things up, or if the formatting doesn't quite work with your site, or you think it needs some more spacing in certain places, you would definitely go in and edit it and make sure it looks better. Or if you maybe think it has too much content, or you need some more bullet points, I would definitely go through and kind of work on the formatting, because for this one, the other ones looked really good with my particular design on my site. But if your theme doesn't do well with certain styles of posts, you can go in and edit them a little manually, or adjust your theme settings to make it better. So basically, just for my preference, I would have more space between all three of these things. So that's something I just need to set up in my own settings inside WordPress. But the comparison showing the pros and cons and all of the features between these is fantastic. It's a lot of content. It's really nice. And then it gives you a conclusion about choosing the best one. So that's an option for how to do a comparison. Next, we'll look at listicle. That is probably the last one I will show, because I'm not a deals site, so I wouldn't use the deals section necessarily. So basically, you can write your subject and then click suggest topics, and it'll give you some ideas. So let's go back to personal finance books and say suggest topics, and it will get a list of topics for you to create a listicle from. It does say please wait, may take a minute. Of course, with everything, it does take a few seconds. So you just kind of wait until your content comes up, and then you can choose the content topic that you like. So let's say we're going to go with personal finance books that will change your life. That sounds amazing. So let's do that. So we'll go with personal finance books. We'll use that as the SEO key phrase and click next. Then this is optional, but you can preview and arrange listicle sections. So you can click get listicle sections, and it will give you some of the options, and you can arrange them for the article. So as you can see, it pulled 20 of the best personal finance books on Amazon. And this is all actually, these are pretty good options. So maybe I like certain books more. Like I really like The Simple Path to Wealth. So I would actually put that one first. And I'm not as big a fan of Rich Dad Poor Dad or Dave Ramsey, even though he's helpful. So I would kind of play around with what I think is best and move them around to see where I think things should be, and then click next. And then the additional content settings are to generate internal links, FAQ section, which I don't want to do in a listicle, and a conclusion section. So we can keep that and create SEO tags and click next. So for images, they will generate image placeholders and they will try to match the content to existing posts created by Gizzmo. So that is something that they will try to do, or you can remove images. You can also generate AI images, but they say that they can't guarantee you the quality. So I highly recommend using professional images as well for something like this. So click next once you're done with that section. And then the final step is to click save as draft so that we can see what the listicle looks like. So once it's finished, you click save as draft, just like all of the other types of posts. And then you will be able to see in your post archive, you'll see that it's a listicle and you can click on it and see what it looks like and where you need to improve the photos. So basically with the listicle, they are going to have a placeholder with the name, but you're going to want to go through and get the images for this. I would highly recommend doing that, obviously, because product images are really important. So this is kind of what a listicle looks like. I do like it, but it's going to use a little more manual work than some of the other options. So when we hop over to my blog, we can see the two posts that we created in the beginning and published. So you can see the featured image on both of those. This one was AI generated, and this one was pulled from Amazon from the book review. I really like how Gizzmo works. You could see that the posts are really good quality. They have a lot of depth to them. They have the pros, the cons, everything you really want when you're trying to share products and also create content that will create affiliate commissions. I love that they have reviews, roundups, comparisons, listicles. They even have deals. So there is the option to do deal posts as well. There's just so much that you can do inside of Gizzmo AI. If you are wanting to increase your affiliate commissions, specifically with Amazon affiliate, and you have a WordPress site, you really need to try this out. Even if it's just the free trial to see what it's like to do that first post, to do a light review, I would recommend it. It's a great option if you are trying to create a large amount of content. It was incredibly easy to create all of these posts and to go in and edit them. It would save you so much time to use Gizzmo AI. Basically, you are going to be able to create top-notch content really quickly because it does all of the heavy lifting for you. So it's not going to replace a human writing posts. Obviously, you're going to want to go in and edit these and kind of add your own spin on things, but it does streamline the process and it automates things that take a lot of time and you don't want to really focus on. So I would recommend that you give it a try, see some examples, see what kind of content it can create. It does a really amazing job, and I will leave a link in the description box for Gizzmo AI. If you are ready to 10x your affiliate earnings, I highly recommend you give it a try.